Alright, so today's video, I'm going to be going over what I did at Smith Lake last weekend in the BFL. I had 2 fish on the co-angler side, 6.5 pounds. I was a pound out of the money, so that's one more keeper. I had a 4-pound, 11-ounce spot. I ended up winning big fish for the tournament. Got me a good check. I caught 8 or 9 fish on Saturday. I can only get 2 keepers. I caught 3 or 4 fish in that slot between 13 and 14.99 inches, but still a good day, especially when you get a big fish plat. But the first thing and the main bait that I had was a Zoom fluke. Not the tiny fluke, not the super fluke, just the regular white Zoom fluke. The color that I actually caught that big spot on, I think it's called albino. It's like a blue pearl on top and then white on the bottom. But I only had one. I caught that big fish on it. And then if you watch the video, I caught my second fish and it threw my fluke off and I only had the one. And then I had a couple of the white ones, just like the bone white color. And then I had some that have like a dark navy back with some silver in it and a white bottom. So I don't know if the color really mattered, but just a white Zoom fluke on a 3/0 hook. I was throwing it on a 7'1" medium action spinning rod. I had 15-pound braid as my backing, or my main line, to an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. I caught maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 fish on this throughout the morning. They bit good the first 2 hours and they shut down for us, but no, that big fish, I was just twishing this thing along and he come up and smoked it. I mean, he had the whole thing in his mouth, and then I noticed when I was fighting the fish, he spit up a shad that was as big as a magnum fluke. It must have at least been 7 inches long. It was huge, and that big spot spit that thing up. But I was just catching it, skipping it around boat docks. I caught that big one on a bluff. They were just everywhere that morning, just feeding on them shad. So that was my first bait that got me a check. And then the second bait that I threw and caught my second keeper on was the co-angler staple, just a shaky head with a Zoom trick worm. A lot of people at Smith Lake, they like to throw a Ned rig. The Ned rig's the thing up there like it is at Lanier, but I just don't have much confidence in a Ned rig. I just like throwing this Zoom trick worm. I mean, you can catch a 6-incher on it, as you've seen in the video, and I did catch me a nice 15.5-inch keeper. So, I mean, one more bite, I would have got me another check on top of the big fish check, so I can't really complain about that. I mean, it was a good day. I caught a bunch of fish. If you hadn't already, make sure you check that video out. I'm going to try to link it in this one where it pops up on the screen, but if not, it'll be in the description. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I might have caught 4 fish. I had a couple bites. Caught 4 fish and 1 keeper, just either a 1/8 or a 3/16, just depending on how deep we were. Starting off that morning, I was a 3/16, and then later in the day, I put on a 1/8, just because when it gets tough, you'll get more bites on a lighter head, like a lighter weight. So I'm just trying to get a couple more bites. But I appreciate y'all watching this video, and that's what got it done for me at Smith Lake. Just the Zoom trick worm, and then that white Zoom fluke got that big spot. But thank y'all for watching, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Thanks.